so welcome back to another irregular behind the scenes upload. Today we're back in the woods. It's myself, Mike and Amber, and we're here. We're going to make a few more improvements, cook up a bit of food, and we'll see what happens. So if you're wondering what we're making a cap to go over the chimney. At the top of the roof, there's an opening, a bit of a gap there, which allows the smoke to go out. By making this cap, it means that rain can fall onto the shelter and then run away, run off the tiles, the bark tiles, away from the fire pit. So we've been here about half an hour. Straight away, as soon as we arrived, we noticed that this tree has fallen. Over the last few days, it's been really stormy over here. This tree has been knocked over, and we're lucky that tree didn't fall this way, because if it would have fallen this way, it would have fallen directly onto the shelter, which wouldn't have been very cool. So there's the shelter. You can see there's that big tree that's fallen, and we're really lucky it didn't fall the other way onto the shelter. And just behind the shelter, there's two more trees. There, those two have fallen as well. So it's up there, that's where we want to put our cap. Right there on top. We've just been to collect a few materials. So we've got 3 long lengths and we've got 6 of these shorter lengths that are pre-cut. Now it's just a matter of putting everything together and using a bit of this leftover bark from our log store, which we're going to be relocating because it didn't... See, this is another thing. The wind pretty much picked this up, dumped it upside down, and it's just leftover bark. So yeah, this is another resource. We're going to be using this bark for our cap for the roof. It's basically just going to be a chimney cap to stop the rain coming in, but still allow smoke to go out.
Okay. Woo! Getting there.
There you go. So this is the progress we made last week. I came back here a few days ago and I managed to leave this window open accidentally. While this window has been left open, these 2 trees have fallen, as well as that big tree over there. Incredible. And this window's held up strong through the wind, through the storm. Well, I do apologise if you can hear the wind on the microphone. Remember, all these videos are filmed on a camera phone. Yeah, I know. I need to get a proper camera one day. So I've come out here to this bit of woodland where there's lots of trees that have been cut down in order to create a clearing for other trees, I guess. And I'm looking for a nice length of hazel. So a nice length of hazel we can use because we need a few more battens. So for our chimney cap, we need a couple more little lengths, and the best place to come is just right here because there's loads of wood that's been cut down. It's a really windy one today, 43 miles per hour wind. Right, it's a nice bit of hazel. Remember, this woodland, it is managed, it is private, and because it's managed, there's lots of places where they've created clearings. All these clearings are to allow more light to come in to hit the forest floor. So what I'm after is something like this long piece of hazel. This long piece of hazel is exactly what we're after. Hazel, measuring stick, saw. It's pretty much how we built this Viking house. This is all we need. So this is what we've got so far, and Mike, why don't you talk us through what we've got?
So essentially this is going to be where I cut a hole on the roof that time to let the smoke out from the fire pit. Obviously the rain can then come down on the fire pit. It's not been a problem for us. We've had a fire when it's raining anyway, but I've seen these on Viking houses. They're almost like a chimney top hat thing. So we've made this triangular structure with an sort of A-frame, and we're going to line it with all bits of bark like that.
Lots of the offcuts of bark, leftover bark.
And it's going to sit above there somehow, we don't know how yet. And then we're going to be rain-free in the...
rain-free, and it means the fire won't get dripped on.
Exactly, exactly.
Right, so a slight change of plan. I think we'll be putting the bark on this way, going all the way along, and then on the top we can just finish off by nailing a few of these to the top. And then it'll be time to get it up on the roof. Once we're done with building this chimney cap, it'll then be time for a feast, and trust me, we've got an absolute feast lined up for tonight. It's not going to be a big bit of meat slow cooked, so what we're planning on cooking is something that would take literally a few minutes, super tasty, and it might not be very Viking, it might have a slight Asian flavour to it, but you know, we're in the woods, you got to eat well. So that's the plan. Finish this, then time for food. So we've just been to peel this bit of bark from from one of the logs lying around this woodland, and this, surprisingly, it peeled really well. So now we just need to cut off sections. I'm going to nail them to the chimney cap. This is what we're after. And here it is. This is our chimney cap. So Mike, we've done it.
Finally. Do you know that took longer than I expected?
It did take quite a while.
It's practical.
Look at it. Smoke can come out and it can flow out there with the wind, and the rain would be diverted off onto the tiles, back onto the ground. I think we're pretty happy with this. We're going to be doing a traditional Viking Asian dish. Okay, maybe not that Viking, but come on, everyone loves a bit of Asian food. Today we're having Asian food. We're having chicken satay and beef skewers with a bit of Asian dipping sauce, maybe some noodles and some stir-fried vegetables. We'll see. So we've almost finished preparing a few ingredients for the feast. Mike's just put a load of wood on the fire. Leave it 10 or 15 minutes, let that wood burn down, turn into nice hot coals, and then we'll be cooking straight on top of them. Well, as you can see, we've got these skewers. We've got chicken skewers, which is for the chicken peanut satay, and we've got beef skewers as well. For the beef, we're going to start off with some sesame oil. Not too much because it's quite strong stuff, as in it's got quite a powerful taste. And then we're going to put in some soy sauce. In fact, let's just, oh no, these caps don't even unscrew. So, give me a minute. What we're doing now is we're just adding some soy sauce. So we'll put that there. Now we want a little bit of honey as well. This honey I got from the mountains over Christmas when I went to Switzerland. So, we don't want too much, just to make it a little bit sweet. That's probably enough. In fact, we'll use that as our stirring stick. Now we want a little bit of garlic, a little bit of this ginger, and of course, classic Asian dipping sauce, a little bit of chili. So fresh chili, bit of red, bit of green. And we'll give it a stir. And let's just add a few little drops of fresh lime, because I almost forgot some sesame seeds. So there we are, there's our dipping sauce. There's our Asian dipping sauce. Right, well, it's now time to do a little bit of foraging. Down here, this is wild garlic. These lovely green shoots, they're quite young. They'll make a great addition to our feast. Very garlicky, but I'm sure these would be quite nice in a stir fry. Here we are. We don't need too many. You don't want to overpower your dish with this because it is very powerful. It's got a very strong taste. So only a few leaves will do. This is a primrose flower. Not that much flavour to them, very subtle flavour, but they're a great addition to any meal. Thing is, we'll probably leave them here until we come back next time for another feast, because I don't think we're going to need these for our Viking feast we're going to have this afternoon. So this is another wild plant. This is wild chive. This would be a great addition to our Asian dish. Wild chive. I love this stuff.
good. Yeah.
So as you can see, we've got some chicken skewers. Here's our beef skewers, and this we've just taken off the heat. This is our chicken satay dip. So it's basically a peanut satay dip, and yeah, it really is tasty. So this meat is almost ready. It's now time to add a bit of oil right into the middle of the skillet, maybe some garlic, maybe some ginger and some chili, and then add our stir-fry mix, and we've got some noodles to add to it at the end, and then we'll have our dipping sauce, Asian dipping sauce for the beef, we'll have our peanut satay for the chicken, and then we'll have stir-fry noodles and vegetables. There's something about Asian food that tastes amazing, especially when you cook it outdoors in the woods. Well, it wouldn't be Asian food without some chopsticks, so let's make use of some cedar. Remember, this whole shelter, this whole woodland is pretty much cedar woodland. So I'll just make some real quick chopsticks from this cedar. And yeah, it means that we can eat our stir-fry vegetables and noodles with chopsticks. They're quite short, but they should work. So I've just thrown the vegetables on, give them a little turn. A few more minutes and they'll be done. So here's a little update. Our chicken satay with the sauce, our beef is ready. Here's our dipping sauce for the beef. And then vegetables and noodles are right here. Very, very soon. They're very close to being done, and then it'll be time to eat. Once again, we're cooking good in the woods. Put a few of these wild chives on. There you go. Maybe a little bit ginger, a bit more ginger. Some of this wild garlic as well. Throw some of that on.
Oh, that sauce is unreal. That is unreal. You've outdone yourself again. Another really, really good dish.
I'll try some beef now.
Beef, yeah, that's a bit good. Beef, bit of, well, garlic there.
Beef dipping sauce.
Is this the, yeah, oh, look at that.
Wow, this is so, I wish you guys could be here to try this. It is absolutely incredible. Wow, so tasty. Well, I'll tell you what, that food was a lot better than I thought it would be. The flavours, the taste, the explosions of goodness in Asian food is what I absolutely love. You know what, I've done a bit of travelling in my time, and I absolutely love eating street food. I love trying all those different types of street food. So comment below what your favourite street food is, and we might feature it next time. Well, we've almost come to the end of the video. We've had a great feast. We've done a few good improvements today to the shelter. We've put on the chimney cap, or the roof vent, which you could call it. And yeah, we've had a good feast. I'm pretty full. My mouth is still burning from chili. So I just want to say thanks again for tuning in. And for those that don't know, I do the occasional live stream. Yep, live stream. Sometimes I'll be out dog walking with Amber, or I'll be in the woodland here cooking up or making improvements to the camp. Sometimes I'll be at home in my shed or in my workshop, and I'll be making or turning bowls. A lot of the bowls you see featured in our episodes, they're all ones that I've created on my wood lathe at home. So the other day I did a wood turning live stream. This is one of the bowls that I made. This bowl was turned out of a piece of elm, E-L-M, piece of elm wood. And you know what? During the live stream, we had quite a few people watching. By the way, if you've not seen any live streams, it's probably because, one, you're either at work, you're busy, or you haven't been notified by ticking that bell next to the subscribe button. So if you want to be notified, just tick that bell, and you'll receive a notification when I'm live. This is what I turned. I told the viewers I was going to give this away to somebody watching, and I'm now going to be choosing someone that has commented on the previous video that went up last week. My question was, if you watched last week's live stream, what wood did I use? So if you look in the comments below for this video, I'll have announced the person that has won this bowl. That's right, I'm going to be sending this bowl. I'm paying for the postage, don't you worry. I'm going to be sending this bowl to that one lucky person that did comment in my previous video, commenting the species of wood that I use for bowl turning. Here we are. It's a lovely bowl. You can take it out in your pack when you're out camping, have some food, some breakfast, lunch, maybe some dinner. It's just a nice size, handy bowl. I've coated it with a bit of nice oil. Yeah. So, if you are the winner of this bowl, congratulations. Thank you for watching the live streams. Thank you for commenting in the videos. And if you haven't won this bowl, I'm very sorry, but please tune in another time to another live stream, and I might well be doing another bowl turning episode. Guys, that's it for me. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.